difference with them a lot?
Lately, because that game just happened, it's fresh in my mind. I mean, it was the focus of those players, the ability for the entire game to do their job. One guy out of 22 did his job and did not move from that. Didn't choose to do what he wanted to do. He knew what he was supposed to do and he went out and did it. Every possession till the horn sounded, except one guy went offsides with 2:40 to go. And that's, you think about this team, if I could ever get them to that. Wow. Now we're what you all think we are. Right now, you know, teams are going to hang around us. They're going to have chances to beat us. There are chances to make buzzer beaters until we get to that point. We're just not there yet.
John, how tough is it when you take back to Kwanzaa for a minute? How tough is it when you take over a program and they're used to playing one particular style of ball, up and down, that kind of style, and you really want to enforce a defensive-oriented? How long does it take to get them to change a mindset like that?
Well, I've taken over 3 programs, and the hardest thing is to change that culture of what was there before, and then to get them to buy in. And then you lose some games and they start drifting. You win, they'll buy in easier. So what he's done is you know, I would tell you is special. And again, I really believe when you are able to guard in the half court, you all know how I am. If you're able to guard in the half court, you have a chance to win every game. You're not going to press good teams into submission. You're not going to run them out of the gym. Not good teams. You're not. If you want to win championships, you've got to be able to do stuff in the half court. And he is teaching that now, and they're setting that tone of how they're going to play. And obviously, recruiting's getting better because he just got the Stokes kid. So they're headed in the right direction.
2 more questions.
How do you think Kid Gilchrist has played since his breakout game against Louisville?
He's playing fine. You know, he had missed some shots, but when we need a play, he makes it. He's another one. He's like Anthony Davis. He doesn't say anything. So here he goes, every rough rebound, every loose ball, every tough defensive assignment he gets. And then they shoot all the balls.
This being Stokes' second game.
You know what I'm saying? So now they shoot all the balls.
Do you want
so
those
he's
guys?
saying the same thing. I'm fine with it, but I'm saying you got 2 guys. That's why we are what we are. One guy's blocking every shot, rebounding. One guy's diving on the floor, guarding their best player, blocking. Either one of them could score 20 a game, and they're like, I'm good with this. I heard a guy, a talking head, say, well, you can't say one of the Kentucky players because they only average 12 a game, 11 so you know you could. What? So basically, you don't know anything about the game of basketball. You can't watch a player. You have to look at stats to pick who's the best player, which is somewhat amazing to me, or almost humorous. So then it becomes, is that your hope or your opinion? Is that your hope that none of the, you know, we're going to say that they're not, and basically they don't care. They're not listening to, I imagine those guys never even heard anything said that way. But again, we got a bunch of guys, 6 guys in double figures. It's only been done a few times in the history of our sport. And they're, because we got unselfish players. That's fine. If I score 20, I do. If I need to score 20, I will. If not, you know, we're getting our point guard to understand that, you know, to get us started, be a playmaker. And the more he does it, the better we become.
This being Stokes' only second game, can you predict how much you might see him tomorrow?
I have no idea. No idea. You know, I imagine if they need him, they'll go to him.
Is that mindset that Davis and Kid Gilchrist have? Can you coach that?
I love coaching it. The other one's hard. I would tell you that when you're in the recruiting process, you get an idea. Anthony Davis, they asked him, well, where are you going to play? He said, I don't care. When we sign him, I don't care where I play. I just want to win. Play me wherever you want. Play me center, 4-man, 3-man, play me where you want to. I just want to win. Michael Gilchrist, I just want to win. Came to me and said, bring me off the bench so Darius can start. He's a senior. I know you went. You said, well, what? He did? Oh, yeah, he did. Bring him off the bench so Darius can start because he cares that much about his teammates. We got a unique thing. We have to play in a physical game and negate it. We got to talk more. If we do those 2 things, negate physical play. I don't want them fist fights, push, shove. But when they do it because they think they have to play against, you got to negate that. And then you got to talk more, both on offense and defense. We do that, then we start that stride of where we want to go. We're not there yet.
Are they talking any better now than they were before? Are they making any progress?
Some, you know, there was, again, last game, there were 2 or 3 times they could have just spoken to each other in an easy switch, and they don't, and it's a basket. And then in a big-time game, you lose. Now, was it worth losing, you not saying, go get that man, or switch out? I got him, you take it. Was it worth it? Did that use all kind of energy? Well, again, you got a lot of players that have played for themselves. They've never played about a team. It's all about getting my numbers and playing. That's those habits break slowly. So, and I'm not saying we're selfish, obviously we're not, but when they were in high school, it was all about them. They went 0 for 10, that's fine, I'll shoot 20 more in the second half, I'll go 15 for 30, and I had a heck of a night. Well, you go 0 for 10 now, you're not playing in the second half. So, but it's good. You know, hard game up there, we know it. It's not, you know, the challenge of playing on the road in this league. In this league, when you look at it, I'll say it again, I'm leaving us off the list of those top 5. I think Florida's a Sweet 16 team. I think Alabama's a Sweet 16 team. Mississippi State's a Sweet 16 team, and I think Vandy is. I think all 4 of them are Sweet 16. And then you got Tennessee, LSU. You're still waiting around, and there may be 2 others. Like, what is Auburn? What they did against us? Well, if Auburn's what they did against us, they're going to be fine. They're in this hunt of, all right, where are we? To try to get even more teams in there. So I think the league is hard, and it's very, very hard to win on the road.
Thank you.
Thanks.